Hi boys and girls. Today's math lesson is 8.5, subtract fractions with like denominators. And this is what you did last Friday. This time you are not going to see number lines or area models. So your learning target is I can subtract fractions with like denominators. I don't think we're going to spend too much time with the lesson here. It's pretty straightforward. Let's do some examples. So my first example is 4/5 minus 3/5. You need to look at your numerators, which are the top numbers, and you're going to subtract, which is 4 minus 3, and you keep the denominator the same since you already have a common denominator. So it looks like that. 4 minus 3 is 1, and don't forget your denominator. So your answer is 1/5. Let's do another one. 7/8 minus 3/8. 7 minus 3 is 4, and you keep that denominator, which is 8. Your answer is 4/8. Now, there is a problem that I saw that some of you were making mistakes with problems that look like this. I was checking your Big Ideas Math Online activities, and this seemed to be giving you guys some problems. So 1 minus 3/5. In this case, we need to convert or change the 1 whole into a fraction. Well, this is how I'm going to do it. Let's take a look. We have been subtracting fractions with like denominators. So we need to make sure when we convert the 1 whole into a fraction that the denominator is 5. I'm going to move down here. So let's make 1 whole be the same as 5/5. Let's take a look. I did keep the denominator of 5, and as we talked about before, when your numerator and your denominator are the same, that equals 1 whole. So now I can go and subtract this second number. So now does this look familiar to these problems? Yes. 5 minus 3 is 2, and you keep the denominator of 5 for an answer of 2/5. Let's do one more problem like that. Okay, 1 whole minus 5/10. Well, we need to make sure we have a common denominator before we can convert this 1 into a fraction. So let's keep the denominator of 10. And to equal 1 whole, you just have to have the same number as your numerator. So I'm going to put a 10 at the top. And now I'm going to go ahead and write 5/10 like this. And the problem becomes 10/10, which is the same as 1 whole, minus 5/10 equals 5/10. All right. That's going to take us to some sample problems. I think I'm just going to do this page, maybe a few problems, and maybe one of the word problems. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. It's kind of hard to see. All right. I think let's do number 2. 1 minus 8/12. And that was just like the problem we did at the very, very beginning. So we need to change or convert the 1 whole into a fraction with a denominator of 12. Well, let's make it 12/12 because that is the same as 1 whole. 12/12 minus 8/12 equals 4/12. Okay. All right, let's move on to number 3. 50/100 minus 30/100 equals, well, 50 minus 30 equals 20. And you put that over 100. 20/100. All right, let's see what we have on the next page. Let's just go ahead and do one of the word problems, number 13. You have 1 gallon of paint. I'm going to circle that. You use 2/3 gallons paint. Oh, sorry, you use 2/3 of a gallon to paint a wall. How much paint do you have left? Well, these words tell me that I need to subtract. So you start off with 1 gallon and a gallon, and you want to figure out how much is left. We need to convert or change that one whole into a fraction. We're going to make the denominators the same, so that would equal 3/3 minus 2/3 equals 1/3 gallon. All right, like I said, boys and girls, this lesson is just of what we did last Friday. It's pretty straightforward. If you need to, go back and watch the video again if you get stuck. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.